in terms of the two masterclasses that we have available, we have a Masterclass 1 and 2, one just at the start and one, excuse me, just before the exam. I think in terms of the content and the difference between those two classes, let me deal with the first one first, if I could,
okay,
Christina. You'll see from our website the detail. In other words, the main core elements within the class. And it's pretty comprehensive in my view, and probably better than some of the tuition that's available outside of Practice Test Academy. Essentially, what we're trying to do with Masterclass 1 is really kickstart students in their sort of journey towards MCS or SCS success. So the essence of the Masterclass 1, is whether or not you're going to attend Masterclass 2, and we would encourage you to do so. But Masterclass 1 can be, if you will, standalone. And that's supposed to give you a very, very good feel, very, very quickly, about items such as, what's the case study about? Why did they introduce it? How do you use the pre-scene? How should you use our mock exams? You know, what you should be doing in relation to the industry and indeed your industry analysis. And then we have several products that are really, really going to help you in that respect. But what I would say, Justina, and you'll know this from your own experience of doing your CIMA case studies, is that for me, there is a big, big caveat, a very big warning about this whole area, for example, of the pre-scene, and indeed the industry. Now, obviously, researching the industry is important, and as I've mentioned, we have products for that. But I think that what the Masterclass is going to do, Masterclass 1, if I could summarize it and say, this is the big benefit, for a student, for argument's sake, who's only going to attend the first Masterclass, and I hope that they'll attend both of them. But let's just say that they only wanted to attend the first one, and that's all that they could afford. I mean, we all have our budgets and cash flow issues, etc. What that masterclass is going to do is give them a good understanding of the big picture, and make sure, most importantly, that they do not spend 6 or 7 or 8 weeks or thereabouts expending effort on areas that are a complete waste of their time. And again, going back to my point about students being misinformed with respect about case studies, is that this is another area that students fall down on. In other words, for me, this passing the case study, whether or not it's the MCS or the SCS, is about, are we doing enough of the right activities in terms of our time? And are we lessening or making sure that we're not doing a lot of the wrong activities? So really what the masterclass is going to do is to jumpstart a student's approach to the case studies and make sure that they understand the fundamentals and that they understand what they need to do to have success. In terms of Masterclass 2, slightly different, because obviously Masterclass 2 is just off the main exam. And what we're looking to do there, it's obviously a revision masterclass. We're hoping that students will arrive at that masterclass having done a significant amount of good work. Now, this second masterclass is going to be intensive. It's going to be intensive. It's going to be fast. And the focus of it really is, what have we established from the performance of students in the mock exams? In other words, what are students doing well and what are they doing badly? And that second revision masterclass is really going to give students a real bump towards success, not only by looking at the mock exams, but also by honing in on what are the key problems that students are facing in relation to this particular pre-scene.